Are you familiar with Pavlov's dog's experiment, where he rings the bell, gives him food, and then over the course of several weeks, eventually he rings the bell and then the dogs salivate even without the food, right? It's a conditioned response now. Well, there is a second part of this that I just learned about, and that is that after this, he then unconditions the dogs to salivate at the sound of the bell, where he no longer brings them food and still does the bell, and eventually they now learn to not salivate. And why is this so important for us? The reason this is so cool is because we as humans are conditionable, but then we are also unconditionable, if that's even a word. But you can unlearn responses, right? So if you feel uncomfortable emotions come up, let's say my typical thing is feeling uncomfortable, right? Or feeling inadequate in some way, especially at work sometimes, or just with being a dad, whatever it is, right? Sometimes you're feeling inadequate and the I'm not good enough thing pops up in your head. And my thing sometimes, a lot of times, is reach for food, right? Reach for food, because that's what I learned to comfort and soothe hard emotions growing up, whatever else, right? That was the culture I grew up in. So some people reach for cigarettes or alcohol or food or sugar or validation. There's lots of things we reach for, right? That we've been conditioned to try and comfort and soothe those hard emotions. So the coolest part about this is that if you learn to just sit for just a minute, it's like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 max. When you're feeling uncomfortable, change your environment, go on a walk, journal, say out loud exactly how you're feeling and what's making you uncomfortable. You can then retrain those responses, right? When the body then feels an alert, instead of immediately soothing or comforting it, right? Maybe you just lay on the ground with your hand on your chest. That's one that I do a lot of times, and just breathe through it, talk yourself through it, whatever, you're okay, you're safe, right? And just watch those conditioned responses change. And soon, at least I've done this at work, things like that, now I'll just habitually go into those soothing things that are healthy for me instead of busting open a bag of chips. So try it out and see how it works for you. See what uncomfortable emotions come up. But I think it's so cool that our bodies and our brains can rewire so easily. Good luck.